or a non-existent Sunday supper. That got grins. But forget supper. She taught Sunday school to the kindergartners for 3 years, worked on the Flower Guild for 8 years, and helped with the annual church rummage sale for as long as I could remember. She had the moral tenacity to call people good Christians when being a good woman or a good man didn't quite cut it. And Mom would sometimes sing hymns, the timeliness of which would often infuriate me, like a windows down, onward Christian soldiers as she drove me to school. In short, I'd never had reason to question Mom's faith, which is, among other reasons, why her newfound devotion to crystals, this secretary with spiritual whatnot spilling over its dovetail corners, is from another dimension, which is why, if pressed to it, I'd say the sudden shift as Mom is what made me pluck the crystal off the secretary and slip it in my pocket. It was reactionary, mechanical, and I didn't reflect on it, didn't have time to, because just as the crystal dropped plumb against my thigh, I heard Mom behind me. "What are you doing?" she asked. Mom was standing in the doorframe. She wore flip-flops, black leggings, and a wool sweater jacket with a belt. "Hi, Mom," I said. "Just checking out the crystals. Just trying to assess the house, the move, and saw your crystals." I've always been able to do this, to lie, though in 34 years it has never been tested beyond petty thievery. It was still uncomfortable, just bearable. "Are you okay?" Mom asked. Why wouldn't I be okay? Mom was off kilter. I imagined invisible waves of negativity disseminating out into the world from the front left pocket of my jeans, as though a crystal stolen speaks to the natural world like a river stone tossed on a glass-like lake. She hadn't looked at me, not that I'd seen, and her eyes seemed focused at the corner of the room, on the crease where a strip of fat crown molding from one wall met and kissed another. "You can keep it," she said. "Keep what?" "I want you to have it." I was indignant. "Have what? What?" It wasn't the Mom I remembered. She remained so calm while I grew distant and unfamiliar, thoroughly removed from myself. And I'm going to skip a little bit in to after Mom has left for the first time and he is snooping around the house. He is in their bathroom, his mom's bathroom. I then sniffed the wet towel hanging beside the shower, wondered why it did it, then sniffed again and was disgusted with myself. It was a pink towel splotched with stains, blood, makeup, or maybe shit that didn't come off in the wash. I never understood that about my mom, that she preferred the impractical, expensive pink towels for daily use because of their aesthetic value, even in a space as private as the master bath, and then to keep using them once they're permanently stained. From the bathroom, I walked towards the window, looked down over Mom's altar again. Such a weird collection, especially the paper cutout. Mom had replaced the stolen crystal with a paper cutout crystal. I reached down and turned the paper crystal over. Then I did the same to the real crystals, to everything on the secretary. Everything was in its exact place, just now humans had the secretary desktop point of view. It looked no different to me. I considered the implementation of an understudy crystal made of construction paper, and it seemed to indicate that Mom had crossed a new boundary. It made me wonder what Tucky, her guru, looked like, and again whether or not he was sleeping with Mom. I moved across the room to Dad's closet, opened it. My guess was that Dad was the last person to touch the doorknob, and that was 5 months ago. The inside was jammed tight full of wool suits and pressed khaki pants. The upper shelves were stacked with white, unopened boxes from the dry cleaners. The floor was completely covered with shoes, including 10 pair of wingtips, wooden forms within like turn-of-the-century toy insects. Mom assured me, was it over the phone while I was still in China, that most of Dad's things had been sorted. It was a comforting thought while I was still in China, though the space was clearly untouched. Even then I knew all other Dad areas had collected equally thick blankets of dust, whether figuratively or literally. Standing with barely my toes past the closet's transom, I was full of dark ideas, like someone waiting for Dad to die so they could nab his closet full of expensive clothes, or Mom being completely helpless without a caretaker. They were mostly ridiculous. Mom has more or less lived independently the past 6 years, and who else would want my dead father's cancer-exposed clothes? I snapped myself out of it and took a sip of beer, reminded myself that it was a time for practicality. I took a charcoal suit jacket off its hanger and tried it on. It was much too small everywhere but the shoulders, which meant that the rest of the clothes were probably all too small too. It would depend on what Dad had taken in. He'd gained weight during my childhood, then lost it in the 3 years preceding his death. I felt in the pocket and found a business card, one side in Portuguese, the other in English. Another pocket revealed a name tag from a conference on international marketing and a small wad of Mexican pesos, which I slid into the left pocket of my jeans. Contemplating tailor costs and what my closet would look like full of these things, I remembered that I owned only one suit, a college graduation present, for a reason. I only wore suits at weddings and funerals, 6 times a year at most. Fitting these suits to my body would be wasted effort. I'd never wear them and was planning to shed some weight to boot. So we needed boxes, I thought, lots of boxes. Hadn't Mom mentioned something about Dad's clothes in the church rummage sale? The Presbyterians would have boxes. I wondered if our church still had the same priests. Did Mom still go to church ever? How about birthdays? How about holidays? I could never guess what changed and what remained the same. And I was thinking about boxes and transporting goods to the church, carloads at a time. I found my fingers inspecting the jacket and trouser pockets of each garment in the closet methodically. I was thinking windows down, back and forth, steeple to mom, mom to steeple, all while my body, of its own mind, was frantic, searching, scavenging. I started a pile of booty on their bed, found art, collage on down comforter canvas, success's final years through pockets. But this needed to be done. I knew it. I said it. Must be done at some point, no matter what. One can't just donate clothes with the remnants of a dead father still in the pockets. I did a fine job of transforming a neat, though cluttered closet into a disaster area. My mom, anyone actually, would be horrified to find that this was my first pursuit. Most of me was horrified, save the part of my mind that slapped my face when I was done. Why fight it, that part said. You are what you do, and this is the kind of man you be. I closed the closet door, safely assuming that my mom wouldn't have the heart to twist that particular doorknob. She wouldn't, no way. But there was the art on the bed to deal with. I took stock, 79 American dollars in bills, 6 American dollars and 43 cents in coin, 200 yen, 350 Hong Kong yuan, a yarmulke with Benjamin Khan's bar mitzvah April 19, 1994 printed on the inside, 19 assorted mint candies, 2 cigar cutters, 15 business cards, 8 his, 7 of others, 4 ballpoint pens, 5 laminated name tags, and 6 condoms, all different varieties, none with packaging in English. I put all of these things in a plastic grocery bag, except the currency, which went with the pesos into the left pocket of my jeans. The bag went in my room, and I decided I'd had enough fun for the evening. Everett equals soiled.
I was going to say, too, after everyone reads, we should have some time for questions. So if you have any questions, comments, things, save them till the end, I guess. So up next is Perihan Mağden, who was born in Istanbul, majored in psychology, and traveled extensively in Asia. She published her first novel, Messenger Boy Murders, in 1991. And recently, she left her post of writing a regular column, which she had held for over 12 years. She has 5 novels that have been translated into 12 languages. And you are going to read your own piece, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll do a short reading, so maybe I'll talk about my book, which I'll read from. I'll read from my 4th novel, and it's about a mother-daughter on the run. And in some countries, the book is called Escape, but in Turkish it's called Whom We're Running Away From. So we never know what they are running from, but towards the end of the book, we are saying that the mother is quite insane. I thought about writing this book because a literary critic in Turkey wrote that all my, usually I write about women, all my women characters